Hello, hello. It's your boy TERRYaki back here again with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. This is going to technically be a week 3 update, only because last week I didn't do an update because it was Thanksgiving week and had a lot of family stuff going on throughout that week. So here we are on week 3. So this is technically going to be week 2 and week 3 combined. As you guys can see, we got a lot of energy to go through. We're probably not going to go through any of it or a lot of it at all throughout this video, mostly because it's an update about where my collection is at, aka the roster, and what we're going to be going for next, and all that stuff. We're starting here with ships because I kind of wanted to start with ships anyways. But ships are slowly going. They're going, but they're slowly going. We got Big's X-Wing and Cassian's U-Wing at 85, and as high as they can go for abilities currently right now, except for I'm not putting on their uniques just yet because their uniques don't really take into effect when they're in the starting lineup anyways. We got Rebel Y-Wing pretty much as high as where I can get it. Aside from level, I'm trying to wait to where I can put it all the way up to level 85. Same thing with Phantom 2 and Ghost. Although we're not really doing much with a Phantom 2 or Ghost, we will over time, because obviously we're going to need Ghost for when we go for Profundity, which is the main reason why we're doing Home 1 Fleet first, is because we're going Profundity first over Executor. But we still are going for Executor. We haven't done anything with our dark side ships yet. So for those of you guys who don't know, currently right now, my plan is to use TIE Silencer, TIE Advanced, Imperial TIE Fighter, Imperial TIE Bomber, plus one other ship. It could be a light side ship or a dark side ship at that point. It doesn't really matter. But as long as you have 4 dark side ships, you should be able to go, or be you should be able to you should be good to go. Also, we'll probably end up throwing Slave 1 in just in case. So there's that. Uh, I just need to get them all up to 5-star and at least level 74 ish. We're gonna be a little late getting to the Zeta challenge, but that's besides the point right now. You guys can also see we're now level 85. I prolonged it as much as I could, mostly because I was trying to work on the Home 1 fleet, but once certain journey quests became available, I just kind of shot up from like 70 to 81 and then from 81 to 85. And what I mean by certain journey quests is there are quests like there was a couple that were for 12,000 XP. Shot me up to level 85 so fast. This one I'm going to have a hard time doing just because this one requires tanks. And I haven't worked on my tanks all that much, although I am going to start working on tanks pretty soon. So if we go over here, we're not, even though you guys kind of saw the roster a little bit, we're going to mostly go over tanks at this point. So this is where my tanks are at currently. We're probably going to work on, although he is a lightspeed token at some point, we'll probably just work on these first 5 just to get them up enough high enough to finish that last tier. That way I can finish that last tier easily. I think I can take them up to gear 8, all 5 of them, in like 70-ish and be good to go there. But once that's done, we're not going to work on Old Ben or Mace Windu anymore after that, and we'll just focus on like these 3 crew, aka Kylo Ren Unmasked. We're probably gonna slow work on him because he is going to be a part of our main UFU team once we get to that point. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into the rest of it. So here we are. We've actually got all of our lightspeed tokens, including the Rebel lightspeed token. We went with Drogon. We took Captain Rex up to Relic 5. Harrow, I was going to take up to Relic 5, but I could only take her up to there because I was working on Sabine too. The only reason why I took Sabine up is because she does a lot of damage, and I wanted to make sure she stayed alive because she's also one of the weaker ones out of the 5, aside from Ezra. But other than that, um, I'm going to take Captain Rex up to Relic 7 as soon as possible. Same thing with Drogon. Hera up to Relic 5. and then these three probably up to relic 5, Ezra probably up to relic 6, just because that's what's needed for Pirate King Hondo. But that is like way down the road. That's probably that's the fourth GL we're gonna end up going for. For those of you guys who don't know, who've just started watching it from this video on, my original plan was to go Jabba, um, at least GL wise, not the whole plan, not the whole like farm plan wise, but GL wise, Jabba, JML, Leia, then Pirate King Hondo. But that's switching just because of the way the Lightspeed tokens are going to go. And because they're basically giving us Leia for free anyways. So it's going to end up going Leia, Jabba, JML, then Pirate King Hondo. That is the current plan for GLs. Now, GL ship wise, it's going to go Profundity, Executor, then Leviathan. Um, But before all that, as I've mentioned a few times before, I plan on doing assault battles or being ready for assault battles first. But before assault battles, I do want to make sure I have the home one fleet at least up and running. It doesn't mean they need to be finished, completed all like 7-star, level 85, highest gear level, and all that stuff. As long as it's up and running and doing decent, then I'm gonna go switch over to doing my assault battles farms, which is getting all the teams ready for assault battles. If we go into my squads here, this is my home one farm currently. Iden is only here just so I can farm the Vulture Droid. Might use Iden later, we'll see. But the main reason she's there is for Vulture Droid. Piet's here just for Imperial Trooper team because we are farming the Imperial Troopers. Other than that, it's prerequisite for Executor when we get to that point. Um, Admiral Radis is here, obviously, for the home one portion, so that's why he's in the home one farm section. Although we are working kind of on a Rogue One squad for light sides right now, or slowly but surely working on a Rogue One squad. Um, I kind of lost where I was going to go with that, but we'll get back to that. Cantina wise, we've been working on Padawan Obi-Wan. When we get enough to buy the it'll be our first one, but when we get enough to buy the Carbonite LSTs, I'm either going to put it on Padawan Obi-Wan or Master Qui-Gon. I'm probably going to go Master Qui-Gon since we don't have Master Qui-Gon unlocked, but we do have Padawan Obi-Wan. But my first two Carbonite LSTs, when I get them, are more than likely going to go on these two just to save Chirotex. And then we'll just start, we'll shard them the rest of the way, basically, because obviously it would be 3 stars gear 12 for that specific Carbonite unlock, but basically shard them the rest of the way, which is why I'm still sharding Padawan Obi-Wan. But when they both get finished, we'll end up going into Santa. I forget what I was going to do with Santa, but I put her there for like an extra person just in case. Fleet Energy, the plan is to go from Marin to Kyle Katarn or farm both at the same time, but I have not reached Kyle's node in fleets yet. Guild tokens and MK1 raid tokens. We're working on Colonel Stark, Jenna Urso, and Han Solo. Mark II raid tokens, Wampa, Hermit Yoda. We won't see any shards for these happening probably until we hit Speeder Bike. When we can hit Speeder Bike, our next raid is supposed to be Heroic Sith raid, so we'll see by that point. Cantina shop, we're working on Biston, Pow, and Hoth Rebel Scout at this point. We're not doing them all necessarily together, but when I do have enough, I'll end up getting all of them together. Plus, we're also working on Cassian's U-Wing from there. And then Squad Arena shop, I've been hard focusing Cassian right now, but once Cassian is done, then I'm going to go back and finish up Kanan. And in the Galactic War shop, we got Biggs, K2SO, and Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. Scarif Rebel, K2SO, Cassian, Jin, and Adrad will make the Rogue One team. But once we're all done with that, then we'll end up hopping into the Assault Battle Farm, which has 2 different regular energy sections. This is something that I'm going to stream and try and finish as well, probably tonight, since it's Sunday for me. We'll see. But I do want to put, like I did work on Leia and Jabba kind of a little bit, but I do need to finish it. But the assault battles, we're basically going for Peridia Pals, Mother Talzin, Bastilla Shan, Darsion, Darth Nihilus, Princess Nisa. This is kind of like a pre-farm because I have an extra slot to farm in this section anyway, so it's a pre-farm for C3PO. And then obviously, if we're not done with anybody here, Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, Santa, which I didn't put in here, and then whatever else we need to really work on. And then also same thing with Marin and Kyle, because even though it has the same drop rates as regular energy and or I should say just regular energy in general, for some reason, any fleet farm, always the slowest farm. At least for me. I don't know why, but it's always the slowest farm for me. Whether it's characters or ships, it's always the slowest farm. Guild token wise, if we're not done with anybody here still, it's the same ones. And then we added Logray and Poplu. Mark II raid tokens, we added Rebel Officer Leia Organa. We're still working on Wampa and Hoda. Cantina Shop, Qui-Gon Jinn for his GAC leadership Omi. And then Old Daka. Actually, I don't think it's leadership. Actually, it is leadership. Okay, I was about to say. And then Squad Arena Shop, HK, Greedo, Galactic War, Night Sister Zombie, Juhani, LSTs. The only ones we'll be able to do is Mace Windows. We won't see Snips. Like, we won't be able to finish Snips because of a certain challenge that, or the quest in that challenge, that anniversary journey quest requires us to apply Distract. And the only two characters who have Distract are Luke. I believe it was this one. No, this one. One of these adds Distract. Unless it was a... yeah, this one right here. It's a level 7 adds Distract. And we won't see level 7 until like level 85 or whatever it was. And as a free-to-play account, we're not going to be seeing that. And then there's also Chota, Yoda and Chewie. I just like to call it Chota. I believe it was his basic. No, it can't be his basic. This one. His second special applies Distract as well. And that one is like level 60 something. And again, we're probably not going to... we'll reach there free-to-play eventually. But that's a long ways away. So there's that. And also, I think Chota is the next marquee character coming out. So that could be the reason why they're also doing the Distract. But the only problem with that is you can only do it in the first marquee battle, because that's when they have all their abilities unlocked. So hopefully they have Chota and Stormtrooper Luke in the same team on that one, because that would be a whole lot better. But anyways, that's basically where we're at currently, honestly, for farm plan and whatnot wise. Again, I did do Leia and Jabba somewhat. I just need to finish it. It's like, it's not full on finished. Like, it looks like it's full on finished, but it's not like polished out or full on finished. So there is that. And then base teams, again, we got AdRad, Imp Troopers, No Kanan, excuse me, No Kanan Phoenix, Momo. We're probably going to do a Momo team as fast as possible. This type of Night Sister team if we can, because we'll probably end up doing Carbonite LSTs with Great Mothers and Morgan Elsbeth, and we're farming these guys anyways, so there is that. And then this is kind of a we'll see type of situation. This is something that might get added on with BT1 and 000 and going into Dr. Afra, just to see if we can use IG90 when it comes out. And this will probably be the squad right here. It'll be Dr. Afra, BT1, 000, Darth Vader, and IG90. I believe it's IG90. Yeah, it's IG90. But that is currently where we are at. Again, I'm also slowly working on gears for everybody. I'm trying to get mods, gear, and levels for all my pilots for sure. Now, obviously, I'm going to try and put mods on my Phoenix as quick as possible. They're all technically pilots, but we're not really focus heavy on Phoenix right now. We're mostly focus heavy on imp troopers, so we do want decent mods on our low level teams as we get them. But I'm gonna basically work on we're gonna work on Cassian, K2SO, Jin, and Biggs pilot wise, as well as Admiral Akbar. And then once we get his ship unlocked, Biston and Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, which I do not know where he is at currently. I don't think I have him unlocked, or I have him close to unlocked, but haven't unlocked him. I really don't want to try and find this. This is gonna take up a long time if I can't really find it off of first glance. I should have him unlocked. I remember having him unlocked, but yeah. Better yet, we can probably go into home one here. Yeah, I do have him unlocked right there. So Biggs, K2SO, Scarif, Cassian, Biston, Jin, and Admiral Akbar will be like the first characters that I try and put like the mods on for fleet wise, and then obviously Phoenix, because they are all pilots as well, but I don't need to put mods on them too much just because they're at relic levels right now. But I'll probably put crap mods on them for a little bit, and then I'm gonna heavy focus mods on the Veers troopers. We're also gonna take Hondo and Naka up as quick as possible, just so I can get an extra team ready for, or an extra tune ready for when we start doing the Nightfall raid. Hopefully, I'll have Hondo and where is he? Where is he? Where is he hiding at? And Grand Moff Tarkin ready by that point. I should have more shards for Grand Moff Tarkin, but like I said, I've been slow farming a lot of stuff and focusing a lot more everywhere else. So yeah. Anyways, that is actually going to be it for this week 2/week 3 update. Hopefully next week we'll have a better update of where we're at, and hopefully a lot more mods, because we do have to work on a lot of mods. Like, we ended up getting a few more mods over the day. I'm trying to, probably tomorrow on Monday, we'll probably do like a mod Monday type of thing where I'll work on the mods. Like, I probably won't have enough to like slice them and all that stuff, but we can see what we can get with what we can. But my main goal with mods is I don't want to take anything unless it has. See, this one is kind of iffy just because it's at 13 speed, but I don't want to take any mods that are below 14. If it hits gold mod, 5 dot gold mod here, I don't want anything below 14. So that is the main thing that I'm kind of trying to focus on right now, is I don't want anything below 14 at that point, because if I go and take it up to 6 dot, that takes it up to 15 speed, and 15 speed adds more to your mod score. So that's the main reason why I want to do that, and because it's just better in general to do it that way, unless you want to sit there and focus like, oh, I don't want anything other than like 20 speed mods, blah blah blah. I'm giving myself the lower end of, if it's not 14, I'm more than likely not going to keep it. But for right now, I will keep it. But once I get like 2 or 3 teams going, that's when I'll start more focusing on getting the 14 speed mods or higher. So now that that's done and over with, that is technically the end of this little weekly update for week 2 and week 3. And I will see you guys later on in a stream. If you guys are watching this either before the stream, I am streaming tonight. If you guys are watching this either during or after the stream, yeah, there's that. I will have already streamed at that point. or be already streaming. Other than that, I still can't really put links in the description, but everything to my other stuff will be in the description still as well. I'm going to head out. And as always, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.